We're the Revelations. This is the cost of living, and you're watching Soul-Imprint TV.
They say these are the last days that we living in. It seems that my whole life I've been hearing this. But when I look around, it's hard not to let the words get you down. Marvin said that war is not the answer, and I'd make it all better if I had the chance to.
The very first gig that we did as the Revelations, that was sort of a test gig. This was back in Brooklyn.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Rel was on that gig as well, and we all, and I think this is also why it just makes sense that Rel would fill in the space as our lead singer, and it's such a natural fit because we all had that same experience, and which is why we ran with the Revelations as a band. That first gig was one of those moments where the hair on the back of your neck stands up.
Yeah.
Like we just played the first song, and we all looked at each other like,
Wow.
this is something. We don't know what, but this is
Yeah, songs at the time, but
yeah.
first song we played, we're like, oh, okay. You know when you
hit something.
It's all about chemistry in this business. You know,
Yeah.
we all know 1,000 talented people, and you live in New York City, and everybody's on their grind. But it really comes down to personalities, to people, to chemistry, and that's just something we've always had with Rel.
So the first single, Why When I Love Is Gone. Tell me about that first single.
Yeah, I mean, I think for this album, some of our earlier work, instead of doing direct covers, we would kind of take the music from a classic old Stax tune, and then we would rewrite the
And
lyrics and
interpolate it,
melody
yeah.
around that, and that was our way of updating it. But for this one, we wanted to if we were doing a cover, we just wanted to do a cover. We wanted to actually do that song, and when we were doing ours, we were doing ours. So that one was one of the ones that we just, Bob initially came up with the idea and, played us a list of songs, and that was just one of the ones that we all just immediately just
Like this
clicked
is a hit,
right
yeah.
onto, like, yo, this is
I
a
could
great
hear,
song. Like, I couldn't believe listening to
today's time.
exactly that it wasn't a bigger hit at the time, and to my knowledge, it's not a song that other people have really covered to try to bring to
A lot
life.
of things, I know they're ballads and a lot of they're mid grooves, but to go back into that Motown archive, like that was a sound from the Ozzies that I'd never heard.
Yeah.
You know,
And the
it
funny
was
thing
different
is,
from all their material, that later material. It was, whoa.
yeah, and the funny thing is too is that like it's not considered one of their hits technically, like in the history books, but anybody that's into soul music, as soon as we would tell them that we were doing this tune or whatever, their eyes would light up. Be like, oh, I love that song. That's such a great track.
So speaking of a sound that you don't usually hear, the B-side, This Time, that's a sound that the Revelations is not, used to kicking out.
Another cover.
Yeah.
That's another one from the list. It's a Los Lobos song, which is, not the first place a soul band goes looking for covers, but hey, soul is soul, song's a song. And, we try to kind of come from that old tradition in soul music where we don't care if we wrote the song or not. If it's a good song and we feel like we can bring something to it, we're going to cut the record.
Yeah.
And back in the day, Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, different people would all cut the same song at the same time.
But it would just be different
like,
versions.
If the song was hot, people wanted to do it. You know, so we didn't have any kind of ego about, oh, this isn't our song. If we know we can shine through it.
I kind of did, in all honesty, because I was not a part of, the heritage or history of live, instrumentation, live music. I wasn't a part of that. So, coming from Rockefeller where all this stuff is original, basically, you just stay away from anybody else's original altogether. Because it cuts up the money so bad. Right. These were the rules with R&B and tracks. But in all actuality, covers is a big part of live instrumentation. It's a big part of basically any artist that you heard that has a band. I didn't know that, so I kind of I shut up real quick and just sat back and started to absorb this other part of music that I didn't know.
So this album here, it comes out April 29th. We're in a recession. People don't buy albums. Why should they buy the new album? The cost of living.
It'll be worth every penny. We
Man.
guarantee it.
For me, anyway, music has always been the way out. You know, I mean, music is not something that you could just put a price on. You know, obviously they do. You know, it's the cost of living, it's the cost of retail or whatever. But for all of us, I think, and the reason, you know, coming back to that point, why we're still doing it is that music is just the most powerful, uplifting, unifying force, and that's something you can't put a price on. You know, we pour our heart and soul into this. We put 1,000 hours into recording and mixing and getting it all out. It's worth way more,
Yeah.
but
Definitely.
it's definitely worth it.
But I would say, join us. Come be with us. Come see us. Let the energy go back and forth, and then I know without a doubt you're gonna buy the album.
Yeah.
I'm like, because you know, the grind for us really, the next phase now is just to promote, to perform, to get where there's like, you know, to get where there is, you know, any sort of word about us, and have them see us, have them be a part of it, have them hear, you know, the message live as opposed to just trying to sell them a CD. That's why I say, you know, out the gate,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not really concerned with you buying a CD. I'm concerned with your presence, you know.
And connecting with them.
That's where you become a part of us. That's where you become a part of you. You know, that's important.
And
It's very
I
important.
really agree with Rel on that, and that goes along with what I think we're all talking about is the fact that if we get you in the door and we can connect with you, with you seeing us play, yeah, we're pretty confident that you're gonna want.
Yes.
If
yes.
you're gonna spend any money on
Yes.
music, that
in the camera,
you know.
yes. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So
you know.
speaking of what you guys just said, coming to see you, where can your fans, new fans, keep up with you as a band, see where you're gonna be on tour, see when the videos are dropping?
You can come see us on Facebook, The Revelations. You can also go to therevelations.net,
Our
which
new
is
website.
New and improved website. We're on Bandcamp. Google us. We're all everywhere.
Google me, baby.
Yeah.
It's a small world, man. There's no running from it.
But between those three, it's, you know, those are the full bases covered.
It's pretty much everything that we have going on is on, you know, Facebook, Twitter, all the major
the new
links, you know,
website.
with there, and the new website, of course. So.
I want to thank you for being on Soul TV.
Thank you for having us.
I want to encourage people to just go out and buy this
Thank you very much.
project because
Support
I've never
independent
heard,
music.
yeah, I've never heard you guys probably
Support
do that or
original
anything like that. Even the Christmas album was tight.
Yeah.
So, all right, so thank you so much for being on Soul TV.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.